It is humbling, exciting. It is something that had never crossed my mind to do, but it also makes me feel good because I get to give back to the institution I care the most about, the Smithsonian. Mm-hmm. This has been the job of my career, you know, the best thing I've ever done. And now to sort of have to leave, even to do something important, but to leave it is really something that's painful. Well, my whole career has been about kicking down doors and breaking ceilings and trying to help people understand that both African American culture and African Americans are central to who we are as Americans. My hope is that this will give people a sense of optimism and hope. It will let people know that there are doors you can kick down, and that a little creativity, hard work, and a bit of luck may get you there. But maybe more than anything else, what I hope is it creates a groundswell of possibility, that people will say, I can do this too, whether it's in the field of chemistry or the field of museums. So I recognize, but I'll never get caught up in it, but I recognize the symbolic value of this. I guess the best way I could recognize it is that my phone's blowing up. We felt it was crucial to craft a museum that would help America remember and confront. I wasn't even sure when they asked me to go for this job that they'd hire somebody like me, that they'd hire an insider, they'd hire a curator, they'd hire a historian. And so in a way, this is also a wonderful day for the Smithsonian, to sort of say it's a place that embraces all of what America is, and is comfortable with diversity of leadership and vision. So for me, this is less about a triumph for me and more about the Smithsonian recognizing what it takes to lead in the 21st century.
What do you expect to do on day one?
Try to remember how to stop smiling.
A white campground manager in Mississippi has been fired after she was filmed pulling a gun on a black couple over the Memorial Day holiday. The video is just the latest incident of possible racially charged confrontations caught on camera. Mississippi resident Jessica Richardson posted this video to her Facebook page moments after a woman seen here jumped out of a car and pulled a gun on her and her husband.
This lady literally just pulled a gun because we out here and didn't have reservation.
The incident took place at the Campgrounds of America east of Jackson, Mississippi over the Memorial Day holiday.
She was just like, get, you don't belong here, you don't belong here, you don't belong here.
Richardson's husband, Sergeant Franklin Richardson, recently returned home from a 9-month deployment with the Army National Guard in the Middle East.
It's kind of crazy. You go over there, don't have a gun pointed at you, and come back here and the first thing happens, you have a gun pointed at you.
The woman, who later identified herself as the property manager, told the couple they needed a reservation to be on the property.
We didn't know. The only thing you had to do was tell us.
We didn't know, man.
We didn't know.
Richardson says the altercation proves racism is, quote, alive and well.
The fact that she used get like we were a dog. You know, you say get to a stray dog that's on your porch. And that get got to me more than you don't belong here.
In a statement, a spokesman for the Campgrounds of America says in part the company does not condone the use of a firearm in any manner on our properties. The property manager involved in the incident has been fired. The Richardsons say they're in talks with their attorney about the possible next steps.
Be in the lobby of a hotel, getting in a fight or doing any altercation. So anything that you're alleging, that you're saying, that it's not even, it's impossible.
And when did this allegedly happen?
The information that I have.
Can we get the information? Because we got somebody, our lawyers calling us.
I got you. So I'll give you my business card, and you have to reach out to our vice president.
I ain't reaching out to the vice president. I'm just going public.
You can have your security do that, but again, my decision, it's not me.
When did this allegedly happen?
Who it is, though. When did this happen?
I will get you that information.
You don't even have that information and you're making that decision?
Yeah, can you get that? Yeah.
No, stop. Guys, I'm not accusing you of doing anything, man.
We just asked you what day
everyone's trying to chip in and put their 2 cents in, right? So again, I wasn't there. I don't know. This is way bigger than me. Obviously, you're somebody. Can you stop recording me?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
This
So
is-
actually, go ahead, record me. That's fine. As a
Yeah,
duly
can we
appointed representative
can we
of the
figure
owner of this
out?
property, I hereby warn you that you're trespassing on this property,
But listen though,
as defined by Nevada Revised Statute 207.200. If you do not leave these premises immediately, you will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor.
for what?
Your subsequent return to these premises
what?
after being duly warned not to
Arrested
will
for
subject
what?
you to arrest for trespass.
Arrested for what?
Do you understand this warning?
Now, here we are for the SportsCenter special, and obviously we will get into the NBA Finals because that's primarily what this show is about. But you see what has been written, whether it's Rich Paul having too much influence, whether it's Magic Johnson, you yourself, two sides to Magic Johnson, the one that smiled before the camera and the one who was practically tyrannical as a leader for the Los Angeles Lakers. Your response to these reports?
I've been in business 35 years. I've had partnerships with some of the biggest companies, Fortune 500 companies in the country. Now, I've never sat in an HR person's office in 35 years. 2 years with the Lakers, no HR appearance. Jeannie Buss, do you think Jeannie Buss will allow me to abuse the employees? If that was the case, she would have called me in. Joe McCormick would have called me in, the lawyer for the Lakers, as well as Dan, the other lawyer. It never happened, right? I'm a person who brings everybody together, uplift the employees. I've never abused an employee, and I never will. That's not what I'm all about. Now, Rich Paul had access to the Lakers because he had two clients with the Lakers. He called and said, hey, I'm in Brooklyn. We talked about allowing him to fly back with the team. That's the only time he flew with the team because he was in Brooklyn, and I allowed him to do it. That was on me. I allowed him to do that. Then let's go to, Rob and I, when we were there, we worked well together. But the little thing that was going on behind the scene, that bothered me. And last but not least, lazy. I have built a $600 million business. You cannot be lazy going from playing basketball and winning 5 championships. So I wasn't lazy as a player, and I'm not lazy as a CEO and a business owner. That's never going to happen. I was brought up in Lansing, Michigan. My father worked for General Motors for 30 years, never missed a day, never was late. Do you think he gonna allow me with 6 sisters and 3 brothers to be lazy? Not a chance. Now, last but not least, I worked for ESPN for 2 different separate occasions, right? Worked for him, I think, a total of maybe about 8 years. Worked with that man right there. Let's ask, why didn't he ask every ESPN employee, did I ever abuse them? Never happened, right? We work well together with Stewart, with JB, with Michael. I'm a guy that will tell you the truth. Now, a lot of Laker employees didn't like that I held them accountable. That's what my job was. Did I have to fire some people? Yes, because we had to bring about change and get better. And I think we got a great staff. I will say this right now. The Lakers got a great staff. What's got to happen now is we got to get out the news. I'm really upset that I'm sitting here talking about that because I should be talking about Steph, Clay,
Oh, you will.
Draymond,
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Kawhi. That's what I want to be talking about. And I think today will be my last day until July when I come on First Take, because I want to thank you for allowing me to come and tell my truth on First Take. And I'm going to come back and talk about what happened in the offseason. That's the next time I'm going to talk about the Lakers in July.
Last thing that I want to get to. By the way, I missed the lazy part on Sunday when you were calling, get me up earlier and say, can we get to the studio? And you had already had meetings. I'm sorry I missed that part. What would you do differently as owning as many successful businesses and ventures, and some of them you created? What, if anything, would you do differently? And is basketball so different that you would approach it differently, Irvin?
Well, I would have hired my own people from the beginning. The one thing I didn't get to do is hire everybody that I wanted, right? Rob and I got put together. I inherited Luke Walton, so I didn't get to hire my own people. And so then you can judge me. Hey, you can judge me by trades I made. You can judge me by I didn't have enough shooters. Yes, Did I do some things wrong? Of course, and I admitted those things. I'm not a guy who's gonna run from the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and also, you can talk bad about me. If I did something wrong, I don't mind that. Whether it's on ESPN or other shows, say that Magic made mistakes, because I learned from my mistakes. But I'm gonna also tell you what I didn't do. I've never gotten called from Starbucks, from Sony when I had to deal with Magic Johnson Theaters. I can keep going right now. Sodexo, all the partnerships I have, the Dodgers and Guggenheim. Nobody has ever called me and said Magic mistreated an employee, ever. And that would never happen. I love coming in. Even here, I still know all the people here, working here. What's the first thing I do? Oh, he's still here. How you doing? That's who I am. And so it's okay if you want to try to lie on Magic, go ahead. But I know the truth. Jeannie knows the truth, because if I had disrespected somebody, she would have called me in her office. And that never happened. HR would have called me. It never happened. 2 years, never.
Good enough for you?
Yes, sir.
Good enough for me?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, everyone? Nick here with a DC movie news update. So it's been a while since we've had anything official to talk about regarding DC's upcoming adaptation of The New Gods, directed by Ava DuVernay. Well, now we have some pretty interesting news. This comes courtesy of The Wrap, who is reporting that Batman writer Tom King has been tapped to co-write the screenplay alongside DuVernay, as the film is sort of being fast-tracked by Warner Brothers. The news was then officially confirmed in a tweet by Ava DuVernay, in which she took a picture alongside Tom King, teasing their pending work on The New Gods. So if you guys aren't familiar with the characters, the New Gods are a Jack Kirby creation created back in the early 70s that focus on two twin planets, the idyllic New Genesis and the hellish landscape of Apocalypse, ruled by Highfather and Darkseid. There's a bunch of characters that inhabit the New Gods mythology, a couple of which being Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. Tom King is obviously famous for writing a run on Mr. Miracle, which was nominated for an Eisner if I remember correctly, and Ava DuVernay's favorite DC Comics character is Big Barda. There's been a lot of rumors that the film will center around their relationship, so it should be interesting to see how the film is handled by WB. It isn't known at this time if this is going to be in continuity with the rest of the DC extended universe, or if this is going to be a one-off movie kind of like Joker. But post your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about Tom King signing on to co-write the script for New Gods alongside Ava DuVernay? For more updates on New Gods and everything at DC and pop culture, be sure to subscribe to